reason, the whole world is coming to a point where everyone has heard about Muhammad and Al Muhammad. 10 years ago, maybe not. 20, maybe not. 100, maybe not. Now, the word Karbala is on every television screen. The word Najaf is on every television screen. Who would have thought Musa al-Kadhim's name would have been on the front page of every newspaper in London on the day there was a stampede near his grave? If ever there was a sign about the Imam returning, that was that the sun will rise from the west, this is surely a sign that the Imam's names are everywhere, that Karbala and Najaf and Kadhimiyyah is everywhere, that certain countries have already said, we are building for the Imam's return. Now is the time for the true companions to emerge. Now is the time that the greatest boxer in history, when a film came out about him, the billboards in London had his picture, and underneath it, it had the names of the two greatest creations of Allah, Muhammad, Ali. What other sign does a person need to change to now realize that the time of the 12th is definitely near? To realize that he has to put everything down and begin to shape his life towards gearing himself to become a Maytham, to become a Qambar, to becoming Ammar, or to becoming a Salman, to becoming a Kumail, to becoming amongst the ones who came, Hur bin Yazid al-Riyahi. Coming to become a companion of an Imam is not an easy thing. That is why Imam Sahib al-Asr wal-Zaman, and that is why through Imam al-Hussein on the 10th of Muharram, do you know what he said? There are no companions as loyal as my companions. What an honor. No companions. Were they called Ashab? No, Ansar al-Hussein. A sahib is a person, maybe he's next to you. A nasir is someone who helps you. That's why the Quran says, فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِهِ وَعَزَرُوهُ وَنَصَرُوهُ وَاتَّبَعُوا النُّورَ الَّذِي أُنزِلَ مَعَهُ أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. Those who what? Believe in the Prophet Muhammad. آمَنُوا بِهِ وَعَزَرُوهُ. They honor him. وَنَصَرُوهُ. Those who honor the message of Rasulullah. أُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ. They are the successful people. Abu Abdullah on the 10th of Muharram, he says there are no companions like my companions, and there are no kinsmen like my kinsmen. Brothers, do you know, brothers and sisters, do you know with all these companions, Abu Abdullah from the way, from Mecca, from Medina, all the way towards Karbala, do you know how many times he said, people leave. They've come to kill me. You can leave, go somewhere else. You have done nothing wrong. They've come to kill me. Do you know many left? Many left. 18,000 in Kufa left. 18,000. That you had maybe Muslim bin Aqil being amongst the last, and Hani bin Urwa being amongst the last. 18,000 left. On the way to Karbala, many claimed they were Shia. But a Shia is not an easy level to reach. There are too many who have got the name, but you look at the action and it leaves a lot to be desired. Muawiya tried to show that anyone can be a companion, even though he was an enemy, even though he was a drunkard. Whereas Abu Abdullah said it's not anyone. Out of the thousands that were in Islam at that time, only 72 remain loyal. Why should there be a difference with the 12th? When he's only looking for 313, there are 250 million Shia. And from 313 and the thousands we can't raise, it asks the question, how many of us really want to become companions? How many of us really want to change? Abu Abdullah, he came forward, he said to Zuhair ibn Qayn, he said to him, Zuhair, why do you want to be with me? What? Do you not fear death? Why don't you leave me on this night? Do you know Zuhair bin Qayn, brothers and sisters? He has such a monumental feature about him in Karbala to show you what a great companion he is. This Zuhair bin Qayn, do you know he was actually one of the people who sided with Uthman? He had sided with Uthman. He had a wife who was with him in the tents near Karbala. When Abu Abdullah was coming towards Karbala, Abu Abdullah, he sent a messenger for Zuhair. He said, go and call Zuhair. I know his heart is with me. I know his heart is with me. Just go and call him. When the messenger came to Zuhair ibn Qayn, he said to him, Zuhair, come, Abu Abdullah calls you. He looked at his wife and he said to her, should I go towards the way or no? She said, the son of Fatima al-Zahra calls you. And you think twice about joining him? Stand up, my husband, stand up. He says, okay, then with you, you should leave me. I don't want you to die. She said, do you expect me that I see Zainab thirsty in Karbala? And do you expect that I see Sukaina moving from one tent to the other? And do you expect that I see Rabab with Ali Asghar's blood on the hand? And do you expect that I see Layla with Ali Akbar's body pierced? You expect me to leave you? On the contrary, I will stay with you. He comes towards Abu Abdullah. Do you know what his first service is for Abu Abdullah? On the night of the 10th of Muharram, they prayed what was known as Salat al-Khawf, the prayer of those who are in a fearful state. Abu Abdullah, he said, which amongst you, my companions, which amongst you is willing to come forward to stand in front of me while I lead the Salah? Do you know who comes forward? Zuhair ibn Qayyim and Sa'id ibn Jubair, both of them come forward. And when they come forward, they stand in front of Abu Abdullah. Can you imagine a hedgehog? Those who've heard the animal, the hedgehog, with all the spikes. It is narrated Zuhair ibn Qayyim received 38 arrows on his body, just standing to honor Abu Abdullah. And Sa'id ibn Jubair, some of us we are late in our prayer. Some of us we neglect our prayer. Some of us still haven't got round to praying in the Shia world. Yet all of us want to be with Mahdi. Which Mahdi do we want to be with? Is it fair that the one who prays in the night is in the same army as the one who neglects the prayer? Is that fair? It's not fair. Is it fair that we are like Zuhair bin Qayyim? 38 arrows on him. Next to him, Sa'id bin Jubair, who took 52 arrows. Do you know what's narrated? When Abu Abdullah finished the Salah, both of them fell because of the arrows. They remained standing the whole time, but as soon as the Salah finished, they both fell because of the honor that they felt in saving Abu Abdullah. Zuhair bin Qayyim was asked by Abu Abdullah, said, Zuhair, how much are you willing to be with me? He said, Abu Abdullah, I would be with you forever. I prefer 1,000 times. I prefer to be cut and killed 1,000 times. If at every occasion it is honoring Abu Abdullah. Here is one example, Zuhair bin Qayyim. Another example of a companion, yet they were the nephews of Abu Abdullah, Aun and Muhammad. How hard is it for a mother to give away her nephews? Especially if this mother had seen her own mother with a door pushed on her, had seen her father killed in the mosque of Kufa, had seen her brother Hassan vomit out his liver. How hard is it for this mother to come and give away Aun and Muhammad? You know what Zainab said? She had seen Ali Akbar had died. She came towards Aun and Muhammad. She said, I want to ask you, my two dear sons. They were only young sons. She says, I want to come and ask you to go now towards your uncle Abu Abdullah. I want you to go and give your life away for Abu Abdullah. They say, our mother, we don't mind. We will give our life away. But we fear Abu Abdullah will reject our plea to give our life away. She says, no problem. Come with me. I will ask Abu Abdullah. Zainab, what patience do you have to give away two who are only so young? She comes towards Abu Abdullah. When she comes towards him, she says, Abu Abdullah, just one favor I ask, and it is the only one I will ask you in Karbala. All I ask you, these two dear children of mine, please let them fight. Abu Abdullah, he looks at Zainab. He sees her crying as she is speaking. He knows that in only a few hours, there will be no more Zainab. There will be no more Zainab in his life. He says, Zainab, but these are only young. Let them stay. They look at Abu Abdullah and they say, we have the veins of Abbas and Ali and Ja'far running through us. Abu Abdullah, let us fight with you. Let us honor you. Let us come with you. It is vital for us to be with you. He looks at them. He looks at Zainab. Do you know what Zainab says to him? She says, Abu Abdullah, do you remember when Abbas went out in the battlefield in Siffin? Do you remember how much our father, how much he was happy when he saw Abbas in Siffin? Our father said, look at Abu Fadil. Look at him. He's so young, yet he comes out and fights. Please let Aun and Muhammad come out. He says, Zainab, your tears and your words have broken my heart. He lets Aun and Muhammad come out towards the battlefield in Karbala. They are just able to put on an armor. Imagine, you're so young, you're just able to put on an armor. They fight valiantly. The first one who falls is Muhammad onto the ground. Abu Abdullah comes towards him. He says, oh uncle, have I been deserving of your your pleasure. He says, my nephew, you are very deserving. I thank you very much. He says, Uncle Aoun has just fallen. Go and see him. Abu Abdullah, he goes towards Aoun. He sees Aoun is falling. He is on the ground. He notices that he has to pick him up because he has died. He takes both Aoun and Muhammad back to their mother. He doesn't know how to explain to a mother that her two sons have died. How do you explain to a mother that both have been butchered in Karbala? Zainab walks away from the tent because she doesn't want to cry in front of Abu Abdullah. It is narrated when Zainab returns to Medina, the first thing that she does, she goes into their rooms. She sees that their mattresses are both empty. She says, my dear sons, the reasons I haven't cried for you in Karbala was because there was no one to cry for, Abu Abdullah. But now I see your sons, your mattresses are both empty. I cry at your separation. Here were other companions. Amongst them, Wahab al-Kalbi was another companion. Wahab had been a Christian, brothers and sisters. Shia, awake and become companions.